So these will be some of the key ingredients that we see in a mobile ecosystem. So I have identified like 3 players in this ecosystem, and it can be more, but I mean, in our case, distribution companies or large buyers, large sellers, merchants, and consumers are 3 of the major players. And what I'm trying to point at here is that each one of them have a different value proposition or have a different interest on joining this system. For the distribution companies, it's usually the cash handling savings that can bring to them. It's usually the security that is increased by reducing or by eliminating the cash. It's perhaps the possibility that a financial institution is going to provide credit to their customers, and therefore they're going to be able to buy more stuff from them. Or it can be that real-time marketing channel for them. For merchants, credit is a big thing. Merchants right now, or most of the small merchants, don't have credit from financial institutions, and this is a great way for them to increase that credit and therefore be able to participate in the system with more money to spend. Again, security, key ingredient for either merchants and consumers. So that's another important aspect for all of them. For the consumer, also there can be a need for the account management aspect of it. Being able to manage that bank account or that prepaid or that credit card from their phone, it can be a good value added for their mobile solution. So I'm running a little bit out of time, and I'm going to, just to kind of like not wrap it up, but give you a general idea on some projects that we've done, that we've worked, and I can elaborate that if you're interested on any of them, later on. But what is important to understand is that the role of the financial institution in these mobile solutions and the type of payment is what define and what decide that profile of the mobile solution. And in our case, we have examples of a distribution company, for instance, in Guatemala, that is utilizing cellular phones to accept payments from the small merchants. In this case, the small merchant is provided with a virtual Visa card, and most of those cards incorporate a credit from the merchant or from the bank, and that's what is being utilized for the small merchant to pay the distribution company, the beer company in this case. We have examples where direct marketing companies such as Herbalife, Avon, again, in countries like Guatemala, they're utilizing small prepaid phones to, again, accept a Visa payment from a consumer. So in this case, the role of the financial institution, in this case VisaNet, which is the major Visa acquiring in the country, is key to promote this project. In the same country, for instance, we have projects with banks in particular, like in this case, Banco Agromercantil, where the mobile solution is actually being offered to their customers to utilize as an account management source, as a way to manage their account, and also as a way to transfer money from one account to another. It can be their own account. It can be an account of another person in the bank. It hasn't reached yet the point where that transfer can be done to a bank account from a different bank. It's just within the bank. But again, can be easily done, through a little app on the phone of the consumer. Then we have examples of projects, for instance, in Panama, where a prepaid card is offered to consumers, and the mobile application would allow not only to manage the account on that prepaid card, but to process payments, to pay bills, to pay water, to pay electricity, or to transfer money to another prepaid card. So in this case, the peer-to-peer type of transaction, it will be based on a prepaid MasterCard that is issued instantly. And that's how, the role of the payment and the financial institution come into place to kind of like close the loop in the project. Finally, there are other examples, and I can elaborate more on that, on initiatives where the bank partners with a money transfer company to, again, provide a prepaid Visa card, in this case in Panama, that it's given to the remittance customer at the time that they go and pick up the remittance. So that Visa prepaid card, it's loaded with the money of the remittance, and from that point on, through the phone, I can manage the account of that prepaid card either by paying bills, transferring money, or just checking the balance or the last transactions in that account. Again, just a small sample of projects, and the important aspect here, and the important point is how the role of the financial institution and the role of the payment method is key, and it's very different from project to project. So just to wrap it up, and I think right now I'm officially with no time, Nabil has explained a little bit about this. The competitive landscape, I mean, message here, it's very fragmented. There is no standard. There is no winner so far. Some people are betting on, SIM-based solutions. Some companies are betting on NFC. There is really, so far, no standard, no winner. Everybody's trying to find a niche for their particular solution. And there's a number of different technologies, some focusing on the merchant, some on the consumer. Again, very mixed. And the other thing is that we see is it seems to be a clear focus on peer-to-peer and business-to-consumer transactions. And some of the business-to-business are generally not, a little overseen. No one really pays attention to that, and it's a big opportunity in developing countries. So as a conclusion, some of the conclusions, and just as kind of like repeating myself a little bit here, but cash continues to be the big enemy. Increasing banking penetration continues to be the big challenge. The higher penetration of cellular phones seems to be a natural fit to create that instant infrastructure. There is a high attention to peer-to-peer and business-to-consumer solutions, and some of the large opportunities in business-to-business are not really taken care. It's a very fragmented mobile solution market with companies focused on many different aspects, technology, consumer, just like Nabil has explained before. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. No clear winner, no standard yet. Security continues to be the major concern for the participants. Being able to manage an open standard, something that works across all the phones in a market, across all types of prepaid accounts, contract accounts, or all types of carriers, that's very important for the solution. And the value proposition, as we've seen, it's different for each one of the participants. And also the payment method that we provide to the project is going to be key on our success to launch, to take off any of these projects. Perhaps I went a little far. I don't know if I made myself clear, but I'll be available through the day if you have any questions or if you want to know a little bit more about some of the examples that I pointed or any other of the developments that we've done as a company. So thank you very much.